Hello dear students, this is Varsha MG, Biology lecturer, Reshmi Educational and Charitable Trust Kalburgi. Today I am going to explain 1.2 Sexual Reproduction. In sexual reproduction, most probably they will ask for 3 marks, that is what distinguish between sexual reproduction, or they can ask like this. What do you mean by continuous and seasonal breeders? Continuous ಮತ್ತು seasonal breeders distinguish ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, or write define continuous breeders or seasonal breeders with the examples. ಅವರು ಏನಾರ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ how we have to write. For example, seasonal breeders ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ animals that are reproductively active. The animals which are reproductively active. In which condition? During favorable seasons. That we call as what? Seasonal breeders. For example, frog is an example of seasonal breeders. Then second definition is continuous breeders. What do you mean by continuous breeders? Antantandre animals which are reproductively active throughout the reproductive phase. Illi under the favorable seasons is seasonals, and continuous is throughout the reproductive phase. That is continuous breeders. For example, human beings. Got it? Distinguish between continuous and seasonal breeders. Then our next question henge kelbodu andre definitely it is very important questions. Previously they have asked these questions, that is difference between menstrual cycle and estrous cycle. What do you mean by menstrual cycle? And give an example. Ee thara questions kelbodu avaru. For example, it is a series of cyclic changes. Menstrual cycle antandre eno? It is a cyclic changes that occur in ovaries, reproductive tract and hormone secretions of female primates. Where the menstrual cycle occurs? It occurs in female primates, that is ovaries, reproductive tract and hormones, that is menstrual cycle. These are continuous breeders. Menstrual cycle ಏನು ಯಾವ type of breeders ಇರುತ್ತೆ? It is a continuous series of cyclic events takes place in menstrual cycle. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Example, monkeys, apes and humans. Then second definition is what? Estrous cycle. What do you mean by estrous cycle? It is a series of cyclic changes that are found in the ovaries, reproductive tract and hormones of female non-primate mammals. ಇಲ್ಲಿ menstrual cycle ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Female primates that occur in a secretion of female primates, but ಇಲ್ಲಿ non-primates ಒಳಗೆ occur ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? We call as what? Estrous cycles. Got it? Example, cow, dogs, horse, buffalo. These are seasonal breeders. Got it? Difference between menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle is a continuous breeders and estrous cycle is a seasonal breeders. Then next question, third question, that is difference between bisexual and unisexual organisms. ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ for 2 marks ಗೆ very important questions. Define bisexual and unisexual organisms ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ bisexual organisms with both male and female sex organisms, so having both the male and female sex organs. Very important, both male and female sex organs ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? bisexual. Bi ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? 2, that is male and female. Example, when we take example, tapeworm, this is the best example. This is tapeworm, sponge and leech. Then second one is, what do you mean by unisexual? Unisexual ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ organisms with either male or female sex organs. In bisexual, both male and female sex organs present ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ? Bisexual. In unisexual, either male or female sex organs present ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ? We call as unisexual. This is what? Best example is cockroach, that is male and female. Got it? This is bisexual and unisexual. Then next definition, that is fourth definition. What do you mean by isogametes and anisogametes? Isogamete ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು and anisogamete ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? For example, this is Clylomendas. ಐಸೋಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹೋಮೋಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್. ಐಸೋಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ಸ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಐಸೋಗ್ಯಾಮೆಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್? Homogametes. Isogamete is also known as what? Homogametes. That is in lower organisms like some algae, the gametes are formed are morphologically similar. Morphologically similar ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ morphologically similar, then they are called isogametes or homogametes. Got it? This is homogametes diagram. Then anisogametes or heterogametes. Anisogametes is also known as what? Heterogametes. Don't get confusion ಆಗಬೇಡ್ರಿ. heterogametes ಅಂತಂದ್ರು ಸೇಮು, anisogametes ಅಂತಂದ್ರು ಸೇಮು. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ವಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅವರು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಮ್, anisogametes or heterogametes ಒಂದೇ. In the higher organisms have morphologically dissimilar. Here in the lower organisms isogametes are present, whereas in anisogametes higher organisms. Got it? Higher organisms morphologically dissimilar. Here morphologically similar in isogametes, but whereas in anisogamete morphologically dissimilar gametes are called anisogamete. This is heterogametes diagram. Got it? Difference between isogamete and anisogamete. Got it? Then homothallic and heterothallic. Homothallic ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು and heterothallic ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು definition. With a give example ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, in primitive sexually reproducing organism, the functional gametes belonging to the same or single parent. In a what? Primitive sexually reproducing organism, the functional gametes belonging to the same or single parent. Same ಇರ್ಬೋದು or single parent ಇರ್ಬೋದು. Then we call as what? Homothallic. There is no morphologically and physiologically difference. ಅಲ್ಲಿ morphologically same ಇರಲ್ಲ, but physiologically same ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? We call as what? Homothallic. Example, mucor. Example for homothallic is mucor. Then second one is, what do you mean by heterothallic? Heterothallic ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? The functional gametes belonging to genetically different parents. It belongs to what? Different parents. ಬೇರೆ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ. Though there is no morphologically and physiologically difference. ಇಲ್ಲಿ in homothallic morphologically and physiologically difference is there in first, and in the heterothallic no morphologically and physiologically difference is there. This is an example. Rhizopus is example for heterothallic. Got it? Difference between homothallic and heterothallic. Then haploid organisms and diploid organisms. Haploid ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ organism possessing only one set of chromosomal number in their genome. Only one set of chromosomal genome ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ that is haploid organisms. Example, members of what? Algae or fungi, Monera. Members of Monera, fungi and algae. Haploid organisms ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Only one set number of chromosomal number in their genome. Only one number of set of chromosomes in their genome ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? We call as haploid organisms. Got it? And second one is diploid organisms. Diploid organisms ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ organism possessing two sets of chromosomal number in their genome. Here one set of chromosomal number in their genome. Here in diploid organism two set of chromosomal number in their genome we call as what? Diploid organisms. Here human beings is the best example of diploid organisms. Got it? This is haploid and this is diploid organisms. Then a very important questions, ಭಾಳ ಸಲ ಇದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅರೈಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ PUC ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಯರ್ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವ್ರು ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ 1 marks or they can ask for what? Distinguish between syngamy and zygote. Syngamy is also known as what? Fertilization. Syngamy ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಏನು ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ it is fertilization. Got it? Syngamy, It is also known as what? Fertilization. It is a process of fusion of haploid sperm with haploid egg to produce diploid zygote. ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ fusion of haploid sperm. This is haploid sperm and with diploid egg. Fusion of haploid sperm. This is a haploid sperm and this is a haploid egg. ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ it forms diploid zygote. It forms diploid zygote. This process is known as what? Syngamy or fertilization. Got it? Haploid sperm and haploid egg ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ diploid zygote formation. Got it? And second one is zygote. Zygote ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? It is a diploid. It is a diploid. It is that is formed by the fusion of male and female gametes and develop into future organisms. Both male and female gametes form what? Zygote. Both male ಮತ್ತು male, that is sperm. In the male, sperm formation takes place and egg ಎರಡು ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Formation of zygote occurs. That is zygote. Got it? And a very important questions, that is external and internal fertilization. External ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮತ್ತು internal fertilization ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Fertilization is further divided into what? Internal fertilization and external fertilization. So external fertilization ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ external ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ outside ಆಗಕ್ಕ, internal ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ inside the body ಆಗಕ್ಕ. For example, external fertilization occurring outside the body of an organisms. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ fertilization ಹೊರಗಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ? Outside the body of the organism ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? We call as what? External fertilization. More number of gametes are produced in the external fertilization. Fertilization chances are very less. Here we can see in frogs, fishes. Got it? External fertilization outside the body of the organisms. Example is what? Fishes, frogs. Then second definition is, what do you mean by internal fertilization? External antandre outside of the body, internal antandre inside the body of an organism. So we call as what? Internal fertilization occurring inside the body of an organisms. Inside the body of an organisms we call as what? Internal fertilization. Here more number of gametes are formed. Here more number of gametes are formed. Here also more number of gametes are formed. Here produced and here it is formed. Fertilization chances are more and fertilization chances are less in external fertilization. Got it? Example is in the human beings. Internal fertilization ellagutte ri? It is occurs in human beings, primates. Illi frogs and fishes. Got it? Difference between external fertilization and internal fertilization. Then a very important definition, that is parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ organisms where the female gametes develop into new organisms, where the female gametes ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಓವಾ, ಅದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ develops into new organisms without the fertilization. Female gamete develops without the fertilization. Fertilization ಆಗ್ಲಾರ್ದೆ female gametes ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? It develops a new organisms without fertilization. This phenomena is called as parthenogenesis. Without the female what? Gamete develops into a new organisms without the fertilization takes place. We call as what? Parthenogenesis. Example, honeybee, rotiferous and lizards. Example is lizard and honeybee. Parthenogenesis ಎಲ್ಲಿ occurs ಆಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ in the honeybee, rotiferous and lizards. Got it? And a very important question, distinguish between oviparous and viviparous. Oviparous ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Viviparous ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ oviparous. First definition is oviparous. These are the animals which lay fertilized or unfertilized egg in the external medium and the young ones hatch out of it. External fertilization, oviparous ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ These are the animals which lay fertilized or unfertilized eggs in the external medium and the young ones hatch out of the body. Body ಇಂದ hatch ಆಗಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಿಡಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ, we call as what? Oviparous, egg laying animals. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೀವಿ, we call as oviparous. Then example is fishes, amphibians, reptiles and birds. REPTILES, reptiles and birds. Then draw a neat label diagram of earthworm, hermaphrodite, bisexual. और diagram ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು exam ನಲ್ಲಿ. Draw a neat if not what distinguish between the oviparous or viviparous, they can ask a diagram. Draw a neat label diagram of earthworm, hermaphrodite, of bisexual. In the PUC second year textbook, it has been given over there. Diagram, neat diagram of earthworm, hermaphrodite, that is bisexual, very important. And this is cockroach. Cockroach is in the unisexual. Write a neat label diagram of cockroach, which is in the form of what? Unisexual. Hing kelbodu. Then chara, monoecious. Idunu diagram is important to nimge exam nalli. They can ask for 3 marks. Draw a neat label diagram of chara, which is in the state of monoecious. This is very important. And Marcantia, dioecious. It is important for examination. Draw a neat label diagram. They can ask this diagram also. So practice this. They can ask oviparous or viviparous. Oviparous antandre egg laying mammals, and viviparous antandre without egg laying, does not lay eggs outside the body of an organism. Viviparous antantivi. So this is very important. Distinguish between fertilization, zygote, homothallic, heterothallic, isogametes and anasogametes, parthenogenesis with an examples, and diagrams are very important for asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. That is unit number 6. Please mention your comments in a comment box. Please do like, share and subscribe. For more updates, don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.